Deputy Speaker, I rise to speak on this motion and thank the Honourable Member for Bendigo for bringing this motion before the House. Endometriosis is very important to women's health. It is a common yet frequently under-recognised chronic disease that affects more than 11% or 830,000 Australian women and girls. Often the disease starts in teenage years. On average, it takes 6.5 years for endometriosis to be diagnosed. Clinically, endometriosis happens when tissue similar to the lining of the uterus or womb grows outside of the uterus. It is a painful and debilitating condition that often leads to severe chronic pain and, in many cases, infertility. Whilst endometriosis most often affects the reproductive organs, it is frequently found in the bowel and bladder and has been found in muscles, joints, the lungs and the brain. In a recent Australian government report, endometriosis is reported to cost Australian society over $9 billion annually, with 2/3 of these costs attributed to a loss in productivity, with the remainder, approximately $2.5 billion, being direct healthcare costs. The Coalition recognises the devastating impact of this chronic inflammatory condition and its profound effect on health, fertility, education and employment outcomes for women and girls across Australia. The former Coalition government was the first government to acknowledge and recognise endometriosis and the impact it has on Australian women. To that end, in 2018, the former Coalition government launched the National Action Plan for Endometriosis, a blueprint to improve the treatment, health, understanding and awareness of the condition, with the ultimate aim being to find a cure. The Coalition therefore welcomes the Albanese government's decision to uphold the former Coalition government's March budget measure to invest over $16 million to establish endometriosis and pelvic pain GP clinics in primary care settings, improving access to diagnostic treatment and other support services for women living with endo. While we commend the government on the implementation of significant initiatives, we will continue to call on the government and hold it to account to implement the Coalition's $58 million package in full, including the remaining measures, as well as ongoing support for women experiencing endo. It is vital that women with endometriosis have access to resources to make informed choices about their health, and doctors are provided with clinical guidance to provide the best possible treatment plans. Excuse me. Deputy Speaker, the Coalition recognises the importance of Endometriosis Awareness Month, held in March each year, in raising awareness of this painful and debilitating condition. The Coalition also recognises the incredible work of organisations like Endometriosis Australia, which play an integral role in supporting patients throughout their endometriosis journey, from diagnosis to treatment and beyond. The Coalition remains profoundly committed to help to improve the quality of life for an extraordinary number of Australian women and girls living with endometriosis, and in that regard I particularly mention my sister Jackie, who has suffered from this debilitating condition for many years. Thank you.
Thank the member. The time allotted for this debate has expired. The debate is adjourned and the resumption of the debate will be made in order of the day for the next sitting. And I call the clerk.
Private